Willie D live.
What's up, family? Donald Trump, your president, isn't holding back on the man accused of killing Ukrainian refugee Irina Zarusky on a North Carolina train. He wants death. Not so fast. Not so fast. Well, let me tell you what Donnie wrote first and foremost on his Failing Truth social network. The animal who violently killed the beautiful young lady from Ukraine who came to America searching for peace and safety should be given a quick, there is no doubt, trial and only awarded the death penalty, all caps. There can be no other option. President Donald J. Trump. Is that even legal that the president can say something like that and a person be able to get a fair trial? I get it, fam, I get it. It's all staged and stuff, but at least they're supposed to try to lie to us and make it sound fly to us, right? There is absolutely no way after the president of the United States, especially a bully president, making a statement like that where it's not going to encourage those people in that court system, in the judicial system, to not be overzealous in their so-called pursuit of justice. It's impossible for him to get a fair trial. Even if they tried to move it out of North Carolina, he could not get a fair trial. Now, should he be killed is the big question. Should he receive the death penalty? Well, if I was just to go on what he did, why he did it, kill him. He killed a woman unprovoked. This type of thing is reprehensible. Kill him. He do not deserve to live amongst the civilized. However, I do recall case after case after case after case where people commit these type of unprovoked crimes and they are immediately given the benefit of doubt as being mentally ill. And when you're mentally ill in this country, at least on the law books, they're supposed to give you some certain concessions that others are not afforded. Because, you're out of your mind. You didn't know what you was doing. You can't, and you gotta admit, fam, one has to be out of their mind to just start stabbing a person they never even met before. Just to take a life like that. He absolutely should not live amongst the civilized. But for all of you anti-death penalty people, do you still have the same energy? Some of y'all are changing your position. And some of y'all do that based on the color of the person. See, I do know every single time there's a mass shooting in America, they always, when it's a white guy, are quick to rush to the mental health judgment, the mental health narrative. He lost his job. His wife left him, took the kids, wouldn't let him see his kids. He was beaten as a kid. He was sexually abused. It was always an excuse, a very handy excuse. And it's always an isolated incident. He's always acted as a lone wolf. This guy did something really, really bad, and he needs to be brought to justice, but we're not going to call him a monster. We're not going to say he's a monster. We're not going to spin the narrative that he's evil. You know, you will hear people in like social media say he's evil, but you won't hear the media calling him evil. They will not call him a monster. They will not call him an animal. Trump, as far as I know, has never called any white killer an animal, especially a white killer of a non-white person. I absolutely will bet anything he's never said something like that. We all know if there had been a white man who killed a black woman, Trump would be speechless. He wouldn't have had nothing to say. He absolutely would not have left that message. But Trump has this thing when a black person does the exact same thing that white people have done, where he thinks that they need to be punished more. Now all of a sudden, it's not just a crime. It's an unspeakable crime. And it was committed not by a human being, but an animal. He ain't the only one who has that type of mentality. You can see white folks killing, stealing, raping, doing whatever. And when they get caught up, they just get caught up and they deal with it, you know. But when a black person does it, it's, oh, lock him up, throw away the key, he needs to die. She needs to die. She's the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst. Yeah. It is absolutely amazing how they do that. This statement that he made is reminiscent of the statement that he made about the Central Park Five. Trump falsely accused 5 young black kids of raping a woman, a white woman, in the park at Central Park. Even when they were exonerated, even when the evidence proved that they couldn't have possibly done it, Trump doubled down and he refused to apologize. That's that arrogance. That's the arrogance. So when they go in like this makes me really support whoever it is that they're trying to bring down. So I'm not going to help them. I'm not going to pile on like some black people who they love to go out of their way to show massa that they're not like the rest of them. I can be objective in this situation. Something needs to happen to him. He needs to die. He needs to die. Whatever massa say, they just ready to jump on it. Nah, I'm going against the grain. I don't think he needs the death penalty. I say let him live like you let the rest of them live. That's right, I said it. Yeah, it was bad what happened to that woman. Feel sorry for her family, absolutely. But I'm not finna help the system kill him. I'm not finna do no reporting to pile on. I'm not doing that. Because I know why they're doing it. It's the same thing with, man, people start talking about, hey, everything is about race. You know, you always make things about race. You motherfuckers make everything about race. If a lot of this stuff was not going on, it wouldn't even be anything to talk about. R.I.P. to Irina Zarusky. My condolences to her family, friends, and loved ones. But to you uncivilized mutts who are trying to use her death to further your racist agenda and your political ideologies, you can kiss my black ass. No more talk.